Lily Popum don't want Jemon. You guys, I missed us. I missed us. I missed us. Believe me when I say so. And I'm back. Yay! So I want to badge film. It's a beautiful Saturday in the city of Ontario, and I want to batch film. I'm filming 7 contents, 7, both here and cruise. And because I'll have a busy week this week, and I just thought to come and say hello. I just packed my hair. I packed it with my eco style gel, and then I put up this kinky packing, whatever, whatever. Tomorrow is Sunday. I want to dust my bag. Yes. I want to pick out my designer's bag from Teddy Blake's. Beauties, ignore every imperfection in this my room. See where I usually hang my bags. And this bag was sent with the dust bag. But as local as I was, I did not. I threw away the dust bag with the carton. I'm so sorry. Thank God this is an original bag, because if not that it is an original bag, I've had this bag since early this year, and they're inside those bags. But look at how it's looking like. I never dust them, but I just want to dust it out because I'm using it this whole week, from Sunday's church to school. Everything I'm doing this week. This week I'm on that bag because it has a lot of space. Let me show you the inside of this bag. I have sweets here. Oh my why. There's no day you will see my bag and you will not see something. These are the things I just used to keep my breath fresh. This bag is so useful, so cute. Like, it will do a lot as a handbag. You can use it as a body cross bag, like this, like wear it. You can carry it like this. You can use it as your school bags. All my books, files, everything goes into this bag. And if I want to lock it, I lock it. If I don't want to lock it, I'll just leave it like this. Because of this design, I will just cover it. Like, I just want to dust it. I don't want to talk too much. And yes, Teddy Blakes have Black Friday. Yes, they have Black Fridays that you can get this bag on more affordable rate than the rate I got it. Like, yeah, mburi, onto mburi. So if you love this bag and more of this, like, if you see the bags that this company has, Abaha, Teddy Blake's. I'm just coming closer so that you will see. Teddy Blake's have a lot of bags. There's no bag that you want literally that you will not see inside Teddy Blake's, other possible. And this is me gingering you to go and get Teddy Blake's bag. If you don't have Teddy Blake's bag, now your closet, you are on a long term. This bag is so stylish. This bag is so everything, literally. Like I said, look at the inside. Look at they go that. I love this bag. I love the leather. You can see. I never dust them. You saw me when I pick it out. Dust there, it will start glittering. Let me dust it. So you can use anything to dust your Teddy Blake's bag, of course. You can use a paper towel. You can use, what I choose to use, wipes in case if there are debts on it. Look at. So when I want to dust my bags, I use wipes. Wipes has water, right? I'm using bag because this is an original leather. If na leather one I no trust, or go fail. But I use wipes because this is original leather. This is original leather. You can use anything anyways, but this is me using white. So go and use this opportunity. Go and utilize this opportunity to own a Teddy Blake's bag. Okay, I'm going to leave the link of Teddy Blake's in my description. Click on this link and it will carry you directly into Teddy Blake's site, where you will see different types of bags, the ones that are even cuter than this. So go and shop and come and thank me, because I just remembered, like, why not come and tell my beauties? I love you guys to own beautiful things in an affordable price. So go and utilize this Black Friday opportunity where we do mburi na mburi, ịghọtago. Ehe. Ejiri akpata atụfu abụọ garanya, ịghọtago. Ehe. Life na sense. If you choose this opportunity now and buy it down, after Black Friday, the price goes up again. And then when you carry your own come out, nobody gonna say you buy them during Black Friday. Yeah, you get it. If you don't get it, you forget about it. So I'm going to be packing everything I need into this bag, but I just wanted us to quickly talk because this is me coming back. I want to do a little touching on my face while we chat, and I have my makeups here. Let me get my chair. Good thing is good, Shasha. See how where I kept this bag and see how the aesthetics just changed immediately. So I'm back. For those of you who will remember, I told us, I don't know if I did that here. No, it was on my live on Cruise with Lily that I told you guys that I wanted to change my AdSense to Canada. So I've successfully done that. I'm back because I've missed us here. Meanwhile, I know I've been faithful on my other channel, Cruise with Lily. A lot of you still watches me there. But I want us to quickly talk because of something I talked on Cruise with Lily. And I just want us to talk about it a little because at Cruise, I just did it like it was jokes. You understand? But we are real here. I'm real everywhere, but here is like family. I come out here and I say everything fully the way it is. So I want to talk about it. So my one of the videos I posted on Cruise, I talked about butterfly leaving my tummy, and I've done a live where I talked about how it was not easy. It was not easy. Like, I mean, my marriage was not easy in Nigeria. And I just wanted to say this. I've equally watched a lot of content creators make videos about how couples will relocate from Nigeria to abroad, and then their marriage will crash, right? Yes, you guys, I'm back. If you know, you know. Drawing brows, no be oburi homers. I of course did microblading, but because that day it was just a rush thing. So the thing did not shine out like that, like I've always wanted. Yeah. So like I was saying, so after I left that video on my cruise, someone came to my DM and she was telling me about her marriages, on how she no longer feels love, she no longer have any feelings for the husband, and then how they now relocated abroad, and then when they got abroad, it even got worse because she was thinking that if they get abroad, that bonds and all that will help, rejuvenate or bring back the marriage. And I told her, for me, I believe that marriage is something that is ought to be worked on. It is not a one-person thing. If you want to make your marriage work, for example, and the other party doesn't want to make the marriage work, you can't do it alone. No be one person they do am. So For you thinking that if you come here, it's going to be better, and then you go here, it is not better, that means that it's not what you were thinking that your partner was thinking when you were in Nigeria. Now, I want to use myself as example, right? In Nigeria, for those of you who have always watched me here, you will know that my problem with my husband more was busy, busy, busy. Apart from being too busy too, he found friends, like he found solace in his friends more than on me, like he used to be, right? Because we used to be so much close. And then I started complaining, of course, and always complaining now made me look like I was nagging. And then it made it look like I was trying to, what's the word? I was trying to pichidenwoke. Like I was suffocating him kind of. So he wasn't having it because at that point, nobody waiting he wants. Me, I want my thing. Him, he wants his thing. In his mentality, he was like, I'm no longer looking for a child. We were no longer TTC parents. So nama mugo murafia there that he needs to meet with people, he needs to make friends, he needs to mingle and all that. But me, I'm like, okay, even if you're making friends, you're mingling, I'm still here. And he's like, but he comes back every night. And I'm like, you come back every night tired. In fact, when I want to say hi, you don't sleep. So this was our own issues in Nigeria. So when I saw that, it was making me now look so much a bad person. I won't say, like it was like as if I was forcing him literally for us to be best friends and lovers. I just decided to Ngozi, find yourself at this point. Onye gịnị akwụ? I don't waka o. You, if you want waka waka, if you don't want waka, you open ichere ije onwe may at this point. And I decided to learn to love myself, be myself's friend, doing those things I love doing that he doesn't like. There were things that if I want to do them, my husband doesn't like them. But these are the things that keeps me happy. And then I will, because if I do it, my husband will not be happy. I will now deny myself from doing it. So as soon as he started being happy with other things, I went back to those things that I loved that I know that he doesn't like, but I started doing them. And trust me, when I even started doing them, at initial, I was hiding it. I wasn't proud openly to come and say, yes, this is what I now do. I was hiding them. But at one point, I started being open. I had to tell him, yeah, I'm doing this now. Because he started like complaining about it. What is that? You know, man, talk, I'm not saying anything. Is shopping. I loved shopping. But because my husband, he's not an extravagant type of personality, so he believes in buying things when it is needed. So because whenever I buy extravagantly, he doesn't like it. And I don't like us being enemies. I always love us being friends, having each other's back. I stopped that life of buying every. I could remember when I was a single girl in Malaysia. I don't go to church with the same clothes. Like I wear clothes once and I put it in a bag and send it to Nigeria. That's how I do. Every 2 months, I send bags of clothes to Nigeria. I don't repeat clothes. When I was single, of course I had the money. I was doing restaurant business. So I had the money and this was things that gives me joy. And the relationship I was at that time, he was equally that kind of man that will buy you gift. He go use gift shock you. It's just that if you they buy him, he go they finish you with beating up because he's a very, I don't know the word to use, but that's not the topic basically. So, but I had to stop doing those things because I did not want my husband to feel bad and I stopped it. But when I saw that Dimagagom shift too, I went back to it. I started doing it. You people will even notice at some point, fashion became my thing. I love sitting down to make up like this. I love clothes. I don't love shoes and bags. But you see clothes, makeups, nails, these three things wrap around me. And I started doing my nails always on point, makeup all the time. He didn't understand it initial time. I just had to get open. I'm like, These are the things that make me happy. Since you're no longer here to make me happy, you're always busy. You now have cliques of friends. You come back 8:30, 9, sometimes 9:30. And once you eat, you're going back to bed. And then Mondays that my husband will now be at home, like stay at home, you will see him going for inspections, like the properties we own. He will still be busy. Yes, he will sleep to an extent. Like Mondays, he can sleep until 11 a.m., 12 p.m. And then when he wakes up and eats, he just stay for some minutes, and then he will call his agents, and then they will start the waka. So it was just like na only me now day. I had to explain that this is my joy right now. These things that I do now is what gives me joy right now. And he just had to understand. So he let me. I started being open. Mgbe ọbụla akwa na-abata. Mgbe ọbụla I'm sewing. Yeah, na-akwapụ akwa. Na-egopu online, on Instagram. So now, that was my main problem in Nigeria, right? In as much as there are other things that came with it, but I'm going to do a series about that because I believe that a lot of women, especially those women in Nigeria, need to learn from my mistake. You need to learn from my mistake. In fact, even your families and friends need to learn from my mistake. But that's not the point of today's video. The point basically was I now compared my marriage with that of that lady that said she came here feeling that here will of course make our marriage better. The same mentality I had, that if I come here, when my husband will now start making new friends and all this, we will see time to also bond together. And then knowing that here, no business is work home. Even those people that you have are friends, is the same thing. Work home. So I knew that this was going to work for me. That was why I told the lady, it depends on what you have in mind. What was the issues you were having before you came here, and then what he had in mind. You had in mind that if you come here, you're going to settle. What your partner, what does he have in his own mind? Abi? And then what was the issue? You understand? Those issues that made you feel you don't love your man again. And then in my case, it was never I don't love kind of thing again. I was saying in that my video on Cruise with Lily about butterflies. I no longer have butterflies in my tummy. Butterflies is those things that spike off marriages. It doesn't have anything to do with love. That's my mentality. I still love my husband. I still love my marriage. You understand? But I don't have butterfly in Kenya. Like if my husband do me, I don't know what you mean. When you have butterfly, like your feelings are high. So come on, I will go do you like this. You understand? That's what I feel is butterfly in my stomach. I don't know for it, but this is what I felt was when they say I have butterfly. It doesn't have anything to do with love. Whatever I feel for my man, no. For me, it has to do with what I feel at that point in time. When my man touches me, when he sends me, I love you, Aramam goose pimple on my body. That was what I mean. Excuse me. It doesn't mean that we both do not love each other anymore. No. That love is still there, intact and complete. So that was why I now told her, it depends on the both mentalities, right? And then what initiated the butterfly leaving your stomach in Nigeria. You cannot just come in here and then the butterfly will fly back without you walking towards it. Just like when we got here, I had to walk towards it because one thing I will never allow again in this life is that thing that will make my husband find solace in people. I will say that it was my fault. I didn't handle it well in Nigeria. And this is what I just said that we would discuss when I started doing the marriage series. Okay. Then I now told her basically, we've discussed off camera, right? But I'm bringing it up here so that we will also discuss it here in case of anybody that is going through such. You have to first of all work towards that thing that made that marriage change in the first place. You will have to first of all work towards it. And you're not working alone. No. As you're working with your partner. This is not something one person is going to work on. Igotago. Your partner will also want to accept the fact that yes, I need a change in my marriage and I need to work on myself. You as well work on yourself. You're going to come together to take these decisions. yourself, right? So you try to tackle whatever was the issue and then start all over again. When I got here, I started all over again. I'll tell you nothing but the truth. What I mean by starting all over, I changed the pattern and the mentality I had always had in my marriage. I changed it. Okay? Because over there in Nigeria, I saw another different man from the man I have always known. I had to know that new man, you understand? And whatever decision I took when I got here, I didn't forget the fact that this was an issue we had always had in Nigeria. So I started all over again. And trust me, if you ask me today, how is your marriage? I will say that okay, let me explain it this way. In 1 to 4 years of my marriage, if you ask me, how is your marriage? I will say that I have the best marriage. I'll give my marriage 100 over 100. In fact, if they get 200, 1 million over 1 million, I'll give it to my marriage for the first 1 to 4 years, right? And then I'll say from 7 years, I don't even want to add 5 years, 6 years. That time, TTC had set in, so a lot of things had started happening, right? But I will now say from 7 years, from 6 years to this year, that was when we were in Nigeria, right? I will rate my marriage 50 over 100, in fact, or 40 over 100. But right now that I'm here in Canada, if you ask me what I will rate my marriage, I'm going to rate my marriage 80. And we are still work in progress. Yes, we are still work in progress. I wanted to start that series so quick, but my husband said, let's leave it next year. From now to next year, we'll still learn more because we are learning and I'm documenting everything. You understand? Yeah. And this is something that we will willingly be open to share. He'll have to share his, I will share mine. We are not doing it not because we don't have secrets or this or that. These are things that people don't like talking about, but we want you guys to learn because if not for love, I know for sit down here today. In fact, I know go do this Canada, So that's that basically. So I wouldn't want this video to be excessively too long. In one time, what I'm trying to say is, if you're going through things in your marriage or in whatever you're doing, first thing first is try to find out what is the problem. Find out that which is exactly the problem of that marriage, not just your own problem. You have a problem, right? Those things you complain about where your husband don't understand, it is your problem. Then you also find out your husband's own problem, and then this way you can be able to figure out how to handle it and how to go about it. And remember, you can never handle it alone. The two must agree. You can never do it alone. The two must agree. Remember, until you both decide to agree and work on it, only then will you see results and fast. So that's that basically. It's not easy. So every married woman watching me, I wish us well. I wish us well. Our marriage, and he gave Mary an issue, and so shall it be. As our parents did, Meruo Yenishi, and he gave Meruku Yenishi. And if we are one of those ones that our parents didn't Meruo Yenishi, and he gave Meruzi Yenishi too, you understand? As long as you're dealing with a man that has conscience, a man that is willing to change, make amends, a man that understands that, yeah, this one go hurt person, and he'll be like, let me not do it, it might hurt you. Nobody is perfect, including yourself and myself. We are not perfect. But there are things, of course, when you see, you will just have to make a sacrifice and work with it, right? So that's that, guys. I wanted to finish up this look here, but it's like I'm not gonna, because I'm continuing another video. So I'm gonna be ending it here. Thank you so much for watching. I had discussed with that sister off camera, but I just decided to come in here and chip it in openly in case if you relocated and you're one of those women who feels that relocation will help your marriage. First of all, know why that problem was there at the first place. Some people will relocate and it will even be worse. like relocation go worsen that situation. So for me, it depends on the particular issue. There are some issues that relocation will go worse and pass, and there are some issues that relocation just within 2 weeks, 1 month, everything is settled. So, and I believe that my issues was one of those issues that relocation would solve, and is indeed working for me, right? So find your issues, be able to identify what is your issues, gong, and then tackle it directly. That's that, guys. Thank you so much for watching. If you watched up until this point, don't forget to go to Teddy Blake's and shop your bag for this Christmas. Your beautiful bag. Use this opportunity. Whether you're in Nigeria, anywhere you are, this is Black Friday, okay? And it's ending first week of December. So you have this November here now till, let's say, 5th of December to utilize this opportunity. So I just decided to come and remind you, because I know that issue a lot of people Odirizi in this world of today. And for those of us that are in the part of Nigeria, now there self it was pass. But last, everybody go day, all right. And whatever you do, continue to always pray for your marriage. I used to be that woman that doesn't believe in praying for your marriages, but today I'm one of those women that believes in praying for your marriages. So just pray. Pray in Abro Kabash, fasting, all these things. Just randomly pray. Always commit your marriage to God's hands. Honestly, it's very important. And I'll see you again in another one. I remain your Asa, your J. Lily Pops TV, and I sign out. Bye.